Hello folks, my name's David Edgar, I'm the host of Heart and Hand, the Rangers podcast, and I'm joining you tonight after Rangers went out of the Champions League losing 2-0 here to Dynamo Kyiv at Hampden. Two things can be true at the same time, and the first thing that I would say is that Rangers were absolutely done by a shocking refereeing performance and a dreadful decision to send off Jefte after just 51 minutes. He gave him a second yellow card for a perfectly fair challenge. He won the ball cleanly, it wasn't even a foul, never mind a second yellow, and that swung what had been a knife-edge tie. Two sides that I don't think were particularly far apart in ability, and I think Rangers were confident of going on and getting the job done, but after that it became very difficult. And the other thing that's true at the same time is the limitations of this Rangers squad. It is a very limited squad. We don't have a forward in Cyril Dessers who can hold the ball up. We don't have a ball carrier, a reliable wide ball carrier with pace, and that meant that we couldn't get out. It just kept coming back. Rangers defended very well and very manfully and really kept at it and worked hard and kept compact, but a good finish from Kyiv after 80 minutes put them ahead. A couple of minutes later they got the second, and that was all she wrote, unfortunately. And I do think, just my opinion, we probably would have gone on and did it after if the red card hadn't happened, but the circumstances are we are where we are, and although we go into the group stage of the Europa League, that's scant consolation at the moment. The fact we're even here at Hampden is due to the board. They cocked up, and that's why we're here. The fact that we need a rebuild is due to piss poor decisions for the last 3 years, and this has led to us being here. And somehow we have managed to do a rebuild where we're coming out with a squad that at this point is weaker, I think, than it started last season. So all of these issues are constant and in our faces, and I think you saw that reflected tonight in the attendance where Hampden wasn't full, and that is the supporters' legitimate way of protesting, just saying no, I'm not coming along and spending money on it, and I totally understand why people might want to do it. We now have less funds to spend than we would have had we qualified for the Champions League, obviously, which is going to make it even more difficult. But the squad we have is uneven and imbalanced, and it's going to have some good days and some bad days, and that is not going to lead us to the success that we need. Rangers still need to do work in this window, even just to have a chance of competing domestically, never mind going into even the Europa League. So a really tough night to take. I asked the manager on the press conference afterwards about Danilo. You may have seen a video earlier on tonight where he appeared to be limping. The manager said, is it a new video? And I said, well, from tonight. And he said, well, that's just the way he walks. And he said that we would see him soon, he'll get minutes. But this is the kind of situation that we find ourselves in at the moment, where we have one central striker in Cyril Dessers, one Danilo who hasn't had any minutes competitively this season, and a youngster in Igaman who we haven't seen at all so far. So it was a pretty grim night all in all, and it's now down to Rangers to try and lift the mood. Sometimes, in a match the crowd has to lift the players, but sometimes in a season the club has to lift the fans. That's exactly where we are at the moment. The board are responsible for a lot of this. It's up to them to lead us out of it. So over to them. Right, thanks for joining me folks. I'll talk to you again at the weekend. Take care everyone. Bye bye.